I just want to give you an update on some of the misinformation which has been peddled by Ziganandas to mislead the people of Zimbabwe. I myself, your comrade sister, I want to call out Emerson Mnangagwa, Ziyambi Ziyangumbi, Christopher Mtangwa, and all their propaganda for communication. First of all, they've been peddling information since Thursday that the retired generals who are led by retired Air Vice Marshal Comrade Henry Muchena, that they were meeting Emerson Mnangagwa on Friday. My fellow Zimbabweans, listen to me, I'm your favorite comrade sister. As long as you hear anything in the papers which is not coming through from the retired generals that they are going to meet Emerson Mnangagwa through their own sources of communication, do not be misled. Do not be left broken that these retired generals led by retired Air Vice Marshal Comrade Henry Muchena are letting you people down. There was never a scheduled meeting for Friday, as was peddled by Barakashi and other several social media platforms. Never at all. The last communication and update was verified by Comrade Henry Muchena in his last update, whereby he told you what transpired when on their last meeting with Emerson Mnangagwa. And tonight, I want to make sure that I correct again another peddled lie today. To you, Oppah Muchinguri. To you, Oppah Muchinguri. Oppah Muchinguri. Oppah Muchinguri. Oppah Muchinguri, you think you are the very best, a clever woman in our politics. You've been surviving in our politics because all you are good at is just using your in-betweens. And we must call you out. You cannot be a prostitute sexually and then you think that you can prostitute our nation to Emerson Mnangagwa. If you are good at prostituting sexually your body, keep to that business. But let me remind you, stop thinking that you are going to prostitute our nation again. In 1975, 25 June, you, Oppah Muchinguri, you ran away from the trenches. You ran away from the front line. You went and become a wife. You got married to the Frelimo commander, Jose. You abandoned the war again because you could not hold your in-betweens. You prostituted yourself to a Frelimo commander in 1975. But you are the very same entitled whore of our politics who think that you can tell us whatever you want to do. Oppah Muchinguri, sometimes we keep quiet not because we are scared of you. We are not scared of you. You are not an upright woman. You have never been the very best of a war veteran during the liberation struggle. You've been a prostitute during the trenches. You prostitute endangering our young comrades who sacrificed their life for our nation. You compromise many lives from the days of the liberation struggle to today. Now, Oppah, listen to me. My name is Kerina Mujati. I will speak. I'm a Zimbabwean. I'm tired. I don't want to continue living in diaspora because of selfish, entitled, good for nothing, busybody, do no gooders of your kind, Oppah Muchinguri. You are not the only person to think that you are going to decide who is going to run the nation. You are not going to prostitute our nation to Emerson Mnangagwa. You can prostitute your old body to whoever you want. But I want to make this clear. Zimbabwe will not be prostituted by an old, miserable whore of your kind, Oppah Muchinguri. We have had enough of you. So many comrades' lives have been compromised by you. Now I want you to hear me straight. And I'm talking to you with my straight face and my name. My name is Kerina Mujati. Those people you took and you were parading today on social media, and you were misleading the people of Zimbabwe, that those people were the retired service chiefs and retired generals. No, those are your own bootlickers. Those people are your own bootlickers. The people we know that are being led by Comrade Henry Mchena and the other freedom fighters will never step a foot on Pricabe, because we know these men are upright men. At this moment, they are standing with the people. No person standing on the right side of history who ever want to step on that evil, devilish shrine called Pricabe. So, Oppah Muchinguri, listen and listen to me very carefully. You have prostituted yourself from the days of the liberation struggle. You have prostituted yourself with anything that can provide you and satisfy your sexual needs. Zimbabwe is not going to be your sexual toy to quench your useless behavior. Enough is enough. My fellow Zimbabweans, those people who were paraded today at the Pricabe Farm, they are nothing of Comrade Henry Mchena's camp. Those are our comrades, all the freedom fighters. Those ones who are standing with us, the people. The real freedom fighters of our nation will never step a foot at Pricabe. So, Oppah Muchinguri, if you dare me, I'll tell people all your shenanigans of being a prostitute, sexualizing your body, abandoning the struggle, yet you now feel the most entitled pig of our nation. Enough is enough. My fellow Zimbabweans, those people you were shown today that they are the freedom fighters, they are not represented, they are not in our camp, whereby our camp is about the future of Zimbabwe, safeguarding the future of Zimbabwe, defending the constitution. We are standing as a people that Emerson Mnangagwa will not grab our nation. So my fellow Zimbabweans, do not be confused. Do not be misled by these miserable, desperate Venesh Gananda thugs with this prostitute called Oppah Muchinguri. There is a time whereby we should say enough is enough. And Oppah Muchinguri, one thing you should know is that respect is the end. The fact that you are failing to respect the sufferings of the people of Zimbabwe, thinking that you are the most entitled pig, and your daughter, because you fly drugs on the streets of Zimbabwe, you are doing all sorts of timber, smuggling, everything, looting Chimani money. Go back to your province and you loot from there, and you stop rubbishing the people, stop rubbishing the Manyika people as a sellout. You are not a Manyika person, and stop abusing them. That you are a sellout, a treacherous prostitute of our politics. And for you, Emerson Mnangagwa, every dog is got his day. And the time should come whereby the people of Zimbabwe will find their strength and they will rise to the demands of their future. We have seen that everything.
You understand? Because lives are going to be lost.
You don't have the situation, because when you are discussing with these guys, you feed them lies.
Which lies are we feeding
like in Zimbabwe, they have been politicized. Everything is Zimbabwe.
Maumela, the nephew to the president, looted hundreds of millions from the South African Health Service. Maumela.
Look here, Denise. You are not helping the situation. You are actually pinpointing the corruption of South Africa.
And then you're going to blame a person sitting in a hospital receiving 10 rand worth of treatment. Come on.
You are pinpointing the corruption of South Africa, which is as good as the corruption of Zimbabwe. We can pinpoint, so stole so many billions. That's why Zimbabwe is like that. And did we manage to fix that? We didn't. But these ones are telling you we need to fix our country.
No, you don't validate someone's wrong actions by wrong information.
Why don't you want to go back? Why don't you want people to go back home? Why don't you want people to go back to Zimbabwe?
Did I say
Why
that?
don't you want ZANU-PF to be taken? ZANU-PF is going to be taken out of power.
Did I say that?
And one of the situations which ZANU-PF has managed to create is this forced migration system, whereby children are running away here, they are into South Africa, they are being arrested by the same men who say no, xenophobia can't actually be allowed actually to happen. The same Cyril is putting your people in jail here for not having papers, but yet is going to bless the same situation there in Zimbabwe with weakness Chivayo, Kudata Wachitagwire, and Mnangagwa at that Pricabe Farm.
But that has nothing to do with immigrants.
It doesn't matter, but the immigrants are the ones who are being caught in the dilemma of two horns
So
here.
Don't
This is the situation which
scapegoat
is
the
prevalent.
immigrants. Don't scapegoat them. This is this conversation we are having now is the conversation that you and Oppah should be having. Because when you place immigrants at harm's way and put the blame on them, you are misinforming people.
So mustn't we speak to that? Mustn't we speak to that?
No, because you are saying we don't know nothing. I know everything I want to know. That's me.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, you both made the same point.
You see, I told you, these points we have said, we know who is responsible for this situation.
You guys like to play. You think we sit here?
No. Do you and me agree that we know who is responsible for this situation?
Oh yes, definitely.
Definitely, we know it's the politics, right?
I agree with you there. Definitely, 100%. I do.
Do we know why the South Africans blame us?
Yes, I already said.
Exactly.
I started with that.
Why do they blame us? Because you talked about Wenela, it was there before. That's what you talked about.
All right.
And I'm telling you, Wenela is a time is a time of its own era, and this is a time of its own era.
I started by deflection. I said it is a normal phenomenon for governments and their residents, especially the right-wing residents, those right-wing, that they put blame on failure in their communities to foreigners. Foreigners are easy targets. That was my starting point. So it is a common phenomenon. You come to England, you've got Robinson now blaming Muslims for their problem. Christian nationalists blaming Muslims. You go to America, Trump did the same thing. He blamed the Muslims. He blamed the Mexicans. It's a common phenomenon to deflect from failed government policy. Common. You are easy targets. You've got nobody to protect you as immigrants. So you are easy targets. And I'm simply saying, instead of fueling the disinformation, fueling it, let's strip it and expose it for what it is, so that it has no protection. Yeah? We can't sit here and blame John, who is working on a farm and he's killed. Then we say, he's an immigrant, he's taking South African jobs. No. South African jobs were lost by Ramaphosa through his neoliberal policies.
Were you here when I made my presentation first time?
No, I wasn't. Sorry.
So when you come bashing, then you should have listened, because we actually touched on all those things.
I'm not.
We touched on all those things about everything that is there. What we are worried about is, okay, for instance, why should South Africa pay attention? This is why we are saying, no, there comes a time whereby we as citizens, we need to look. But I mean, as South Africans are coming up, they're saying, no, we don't care about that. We want you gone. No matter whatever images we can paint, you understand? To say, no, we are not to blame, it's the politicians to blame. What are we supposed to do? That's the question.
No, I get you. But when you say South Africans, I remember I said Dudula and Match and Match are not South Africa. It's a minute group out of... okay, South Africa has got over 60 million people, yeah? 5% of those people are immigrants. So that let's say that leaves them with what? 50... Let's say it leaves them with 50 million. Yeah?
How is that? What percentage?
5%. I just want to work with round figures. So let's leave them with 50 million. It's more than 50 million.
128 or 50, my friend, is 2 point something. So you're talking of 2 point something million people.
I know,
So you've
but
got
I'm simply
58.
saying the South
You remain with
Africans
58 million.
themselves are 50 million. 50, okay, South Africans are 57 million, just to be safe.
Yeah, that is it. 58 million. That's what I wanted to
Yeah.
say.
So if there are 57 million South Africans, yeah, are you telling me that 57 million people are being affected by 2.5 million people?
If they believe that, they will see that is that. That's what they
So
believe.
now that's what I'm saying. Use figures to prove to them that they are wrong.
We have used the figures from the previous except. What has changed? Nothing has changed. It's June 30 is coming.
My
What will
brother,
change?
it doesn't matter. I
How
don't think
many
you're
people have
hearing
been
me.
killed? How many people have been killed in the previous Dudulas, and how many of them have gone to jail? Do you know?
Okay,
Even for Elvis, how many do you know?
all right. My brother, something is wrong yesterday, is wrong today, will be wrong tomorrow. That's a different case. I'm simply saying you don't pander to people who are lying and then you promote their lies. Because there are people here who've joined March and March and Dudula believing the lies that are being pushed, that foreigners are taking our jobs. So this is now an education exercise where we can then sit together and say, let's go to the Department of Labor Statistics and see if that is true. Malema did it. Malema himself did it with ENF, EFF. That's why there's a sentiment. And Malema put it precisely in one interview with a radio DJ, where the guy said foreigners are taking jobs, foreigners are everywhere. Malema simply said it's a perception. And the guy says, yeah, yes, it's a perception. But what are you going to do about it? He says it's a perception. Why should I worry about a perception? What I have to worry about is sharing the truth. What is true? Because perception is painted. Perception is a lie, something that is painted. So that's what I'm saying. Let's go back to information so that we alienate, because there's nothing we can do about March and March now, me and you, absolutely nothing. But we can help the future in terms of when they are recruiting. Let them recruit dum-dums. But we have a conversation here that is based on information so that we dispel the lies that they are preaching. And how do we dispel them? By the facts. South Africans, the mothers and fathers, they worked in factories. Those factories don't exist today. No foreigner closed down those factories. Government did through its policies. So that is the kind of information that can help in the long run, in the long term. That's why I'm mentioning Maumela. No foreigner, the foreigners that people interact with on the street, those people having spaza shops, have stolen billions of rands from the South African taxpayer. None have. It is Ramaphosa, it is Zuma, it is Mbeki, it is Mashatile, it is Malema when he was in government himself as ANC youth thing. It is Gwende Mantashe. All these big guns in the politics are responsible. Look at the committees in South Africa, the parliamentary committees. Read their reports, follow them, see where the road is, see where ANC is taking up the education department with political appointees